Lauren Grace, co-founder of Healus, and today I'm here to talk to you about the newest product in our suppository line, and that is our Immune and Bone Builder Suppositories. Now, this is a hybrid formula that we've been using in-house for a little while now, and we've seen some really great results. So we wanted to bring it to the Healus marketplace for all of you, and I'm going to go into the details about what makes this product so special. But it's hitting on immune health, bone health, and even heart health. So you're getting a lot of benefits in one formula. And what's great about suppositories, in addition to the fact that they're absorbed into your bloodstream within 20 minutes, you're able to get all these nutrients into your system. But in a suppository, we can also work with nutrients synergistically. So there are ingredients like vitamin D3 that are great for the immune system, but they're also great with bone health. And then K2 comes in and helps vitamin D3. And we can work with all these nutrients in a much more synergistic way in a suppository. So I'm going to break down this formula for you so you can see all the different benefits. So first of all, starting with immune health, we have some big key players in here. We have vitamin A, 5,000 IUs, we have vitamin D, 5,000 IUs, and we have 20 milligrams of zinc in there. So big boost to your immune system. And remember that this is also a suppository getting into your bloodstream, right? So this is kind of like if you're looking to boost your vitamin D levels, it's like getting a vitamin D injection, okay? So it's really kind of the same idea. You're gonna get these nutrients into your bloodstream right away. So these are key players in your immune system that you would want to be getting on a daily basis anyway, especially D3. I know when I ran a clinical practice, every single person I tested for vitamin D3 was low. Every single person. And our practice was based in Florida. A lot of my clients are in the sun quite a bit, live on the water, live on the beach, and they still had really, really low vitamin D levels, okay? So our absorption of vitamin D, even when we're getting that sun exposure, which is so important, still tends to be below what our body actually needs to function at optimal levels. So getting in your D3 is going to be vital to maintain and boost that healthy immune system. And if you do happen to be sick with a virus, something like a cold or flu, having these suppositories on hand can really help cut down the amount of time that you're sick for. Especially if you go ahead, if you're sick, go ahead, take 2 or 3 of these a day. It's going to give your immune system that boost. You can do that for a short period of time and you're still going to be in safe levels of all these nutrients, but it's going to really help you get over whatever you have going on in your system. It's going to put your immune system into high gear and just knock it out. Now, D3 is also a big player when it comes to bone health. D3 helps to get the calcium from your intestines, help absorb it into your body, and it works really well with K2 synergistically. We really want these two together. So vitamin K2 when it comes to bone health is so key because vitamin K2 basically controls calcium metabolism. So it helps not only preserve the bone that you have, but it basically directs calcium in your body to go to your bones. So when vitamin D3 is helping to extract the calcium from the intestines, K2 then goes and directs it to the bone. K2 also helps with new bone formation. So if you already have osteoporosis, if you already have osteopenia, you really, really want to be taking K2 along with D3. And now with K2, I want to talk to you about something called therapeutic value. This is where we get into the amount of K2 and why we use a specific amount. So when you look at studies on K2, if you Google search, you're going to find all sorts of benefits for bone health, helps regenerate bone, helps preserve bone, helps calcium metabolism. The key to those studies, though, is you want to know how much K2 did they need to use to produce a positive result. It's not just enough to say, oh, take some K2 and you'll get those same results. If you're really trying to move the needle in your body, especially when it comes to bone density, you want to know, how much K2 do I need? And the answer is quite a bit, actually. You need about 500 mcgs of K2. And if you do look at most supplements on the market, you're going to see that they're usually around 100 mcgs. Unfortunately, this is really common in the supplement industry. I could go on a whole other tangent about this. That for our company, when we're looking at formulating products, again, we came from a clinical practice background, so we had patients, we were testing them, this had to work. We had to make stuff that actually produced results. So we always had to look at the therapeutic value of an ingredient. How much do we need of this nutrient to achieve a particular result? It's not enough to say, oh, K2 is good for you, here's some. Because some isn't necessarily going to make a difference. So this is why in this product we have 500 mcgs of K2. You are not going to see that many places. And again, suppository, that K2 is getting right into your bloodstream. So we're having some optimal absorption here of K2. Really key when it comes to preventing bone loss and helping to regenerate new bone formation. We also have some magnesium in there, which is going to play a role in just, well, so many functions in the body. A lot of us are low in magnesium in general, but immune system, bone health, nervous system, magnesium is a great one to be taking every day. So we have it in this formula for that reason. Now, when we're talking about K2 and the fact that it helps with calcium metabolism, this also has a big impact on heart health, because K2 can actually help remove calcium from the arteries. So it can actually help break down plaque. This is huge. There's really not many things that can do that. And K2 does tend to be something that our current society is rather deficient in, unless you're eating a lot of cheese, which I wouldn't necessarily recommend for other reasons, but that's where you're going to find the most K2. So supplementing it is not just important for bone health, but really key for heart health. If anyone has any current issues with their heart, with their cardiovascular system, or has a family history of it, I would highly recommend that you stay on K2. The only caution with K2 when it comes to heart health is you want to be careful if you are already taking blood thinners. Even though K2 works very differently than vitamin K1, which will thin your blood, it's best to double check with your physician if you're already taking blood thinners before you start supplementing with K2. We also have some B5 in there, which is oh so great for heart health. B5, of course, as a B vitamin, pantothenic acid, does so many different things in the body, from the brain to our nerves, helps regenerate red blood cells. It's also really, really helpful to lower our stress loads, which definitely ties into our immune system, which is one of the reasons we have B5 in there. Also really good for low back pain, just a little clinical pearl for you, little inside secret. We've also added in some beta hydroxybutyrate. That in particular is helpful for inflammation in the body. It plays a role in cardiovascular health, so it's going to support that heart health, but it also helps with bone density and helping to create strong bone. So we have a little bit of that in there as well. In addition, we have fulvic acid. Now, fulvic acid is very dense in minerals, and it's really wonderful for gut health in general, for the gut microbiome. But making sure that your cells are properly mineralized is going to be key when it comes to immune and bone health as well. So that's why we have some fulvic acid in there. And lastly, we have some tributyrin in here. We have 250 milligrams of tributyrin. Now, why would we put tributyrin in here when we already have the complete biotic, when we have the tributyrin suppositories? The reason we have a little bit of tributyrin in here is because tributyrin, they found, actually helps to increase your body's absorption and utilization of fat-soluble vitamins, especially D3. In fact, they have found that if you do not have enough butyrate, enough tributyrin in your gut, you are going to lack D3 absorption. The two are very much tied. So tributyrin actually helps your body absorb all these fat-soluble vitamins and utilize them. So that's why we have some tributyrin in there. Of course, it's going to be great for your gut health, brain health, all of those things as well. But in this particular formula, we've added it in for that reason. So as you can see, this is a very supercharged formula. We have a lot going on here. If you're already supplementing with things like D3, K2, vitamin A, zinc, magnesium, you can get all of them now in one suppository. So that might save you some capsules that you have to swallow there. Now, if you have never used a suppository before, they come in this little white plastic casing. and this is what they look like. Now this particular suppository, because we have some fulvic acid in it, it's going to have a little bit of a gray shade to it. A lot of our other suppositories are more white. This has a little bit of gray because of the fulvic. And all you have to do is wet the ends with a little bit of water, insert it into your rectum, doesn't have to go very far, and let it dissolve. It's going to dissolve in about 20 minutes, and that's when your active ingredients are going to be absorbed. The base itself, so natural plant-based fatty acid, and that will absorb a little bit slower. So if you end up passing some of it in a bowel movement, don't worry, the active ingredients still got in there. But the whole thing's absorbed pretty quickly. And they really are very easy, very simple to use. So that is our latest suppository. We are very excited about this formula. Like I said in the beginning, we've seen some really great results in-house with this. So I highly recommend using this on a daily basis, or even if you just want to keep it on hand for any time you get sick, that's another great way to use it. And of course, if you do already have osteoporosis or osteopenia, I would definitely consider using this product. You want to not only preserve the bone that you have, but you want to increase that density. It's going to be really important, especially as you get older. So this could really be a game changer when it comes to your bone health. That is it for me today. I hope that you are just as excited about this product as we are here. And if you think this could help someone that you know, a friend, anyone that's going through some health issues with osteoporosis, osteopenia, low immune function, please pass this on to them. And of course, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. Our team is happy to help. Thank you so much for watching, and have a beautiful day.